Hi students, welcome to third standard science class video session, lesson 9, it's raining. Today we are going to learn about water cycle. Let us go into the session. In this session, we are going to learn lesson 9, it's raining, topic water cycle. In this session, we are going to learn about water cycle. Before going into the topic, let us learn some new concept through this activity. A material required for this activity is a big metal spoon. Hold the back side of the spoon in front of you. Now breathe out onto the surface of the spoon. Repeat this procedure many times. What do you see? A cloud of tiny droplets has appeared on the spoon. This cloud has formed because the warm air that you breathed out cooled when it became in contact with the cool surface of the spoon. Continuous movement of water from the earth to the atmosphere and back to the earth is known as water cycle or hydrologic cycle. Water cycle consists of 4 stages. They are evaporation, condensation, precipitation, and flowing back to oceans. Now let us learn each stages in detail. The first stage is evaporation. The process in which water is changed into water vapor by the heat of the sun is called evaporation. It takes place on the surface of rivers, oceans, lakes, and ponds. Plants also released water by the process transpiration. The second stage of water cycle is condensation. This is the process in which water vapor is converted into water on cooling is called condensation. Water vapor in the atmosphere, being lighter, rises up and cools down. It further condenses to form tiny water droplets. The third stage of water cycle is precipitation. The water droplets join together to form clouds. As they get cooler, the droplets become bigger and heavier and fall as rain. If the air is very cold, they freeze to fall as hail of snow. The fourth stage of water cycle is flowing back to oceans. Rainwater forms streams and springs which is joined together to form rivers. Rivers flow finally into the sea and ocean, thereby completing the cycle. Do you know, children, in freezing conditions, water falling from the sky becomes snow or hail. Hailstones or balls of ice. Again, we recall what are the 4 stages of water cycle. Evaporations, which means water evaporates under the sun's heat. The second stage, condensation, water condenses in the atmosphere to form clouds. The third stage, precipitation, water is released from the clouds as rain. And the fourth stage, collection, which means water is collected and held in different areas. So, how do we explain the water cycle? The water cycle describes how water evaporates from the surface of the earth, rises into the atmosphere, cools and condenses into rain or snow in clouds, and falls against to the surface as precipitation. In the process of water cycle, the water from the oceans, rivers, ponds and seas gets heated by the sun heat and changes into vapor. This process is called evaporation. This water vapor rises up in the air. On cooling, it changes into water droplets, then come together to form clouds. This process is called condensation. The clouds formed by the water droplets are small and light to start with. They float in the air. As they become heavier, they cannot hold the water any longer. The water comes down in the form of rain, snow, hail, etc. This process is called precipitation. This water fills up the rivers, ponds and seas again. This continuous flow of water from river, lake and sea to the air and then back to the water bodies is known as water cycle. Let us learn a summary of water cycle. The sun evaporates water from the ocean into water vapor. This invisible vapor rises into the atmosphere where the air is cooler. In the atmosphere, air current move the clouds all around the earth. Water drops from in clouds which then fall to the earth as precipitation, which means a rain and snow. I hope you got clear information about water cycle. Thank you students. Have a nice day.